Jim Parr, and what we do on these videos is we teach you how to dominate the search engines, dominate the internet, create authority, create your brand online. And today we're going to talk a little bit about learning SEO. So this is a course on how to do SEO. We're going to give you some really good tips. Stay tuned through the whole video because at the end of the video we're going to give you some secrets about how to dominate the search engines. And don't fast forward, but remember to like this video, subscribe to the bottom, comment so that we can continue to work together, and remember, hit that notification bell. So what we're getting into today is talking about a little bit about SEO, and we're going into it lengthily and deep. So we're going to talk about SEO. So what is SEO? It's search engine optimization. So what does that actually mean? It means it's just a simple term that that when you do these methods that we get you on the search engines, or that company gets you on the search engines. There's a lot of companies out there that claim they get you on the search engines. They charge a couple $100 a month. They don't do anything for you. Some of them may, but some of them, you get what you pay for. You're going to get little results. So you got to remember that it is important to hire a good quality SEO company, one that knows what they're doing. We know what we're doing because we teach it every day. We always are on the cutting edge of Google algorithms, and so we know what's going on with all the different things and what is actually happening and what ranks you. We know that having an iComply file. We know that having your legal documents. We know that having a privacy policy now, because that's the latest thing on each page, helps. Videos. Google owns YouTube. Have a video on those pages. We even teach you how to create a blog and make passive income, a lot of income, anywhere from $100 to $1,000 a day. And I've got a full course on that. So I'm not going to pitch that right now because we're teaching about SEO. But what's involved in SEO? One thing is, let's just put this up here. This is my new whiteboard, and I'm just getting used to it because it's a real hard surface, but I like it a lot. So we've got meta titles, meta descriptions, and I'll get into what this is all about. Hopefully you can read my writing. I used to work for the Sheriff's Department and as a paramedic, so we wrote like we do here because in capitals, because some of our documents would end up in the court system. And we got keywords. And I'm going to put a big question mark behind keywords because do they really work anymore? We'll talk about that. So we've got three things. 1, 2, 3. Titles, descriptions, and keywords. And so let's talk a little bit about titles. Titles are, if you look at Google in what we call a Google snippet, say you're searching on Google and you are looking for plumbers, electricians, roofing, whatever you're looking for. It could be something of a service or a product. Right up above in a Google search engine, you're going to have a title. That title is going to be bold, and it's going to be what catches your eyes the most. So that's your meta titles, and we're going to dive into this on the computer, so stay tuned because we'll dive in. I'm going to go into more in depth on the computer, but I like to do some educational stuff first. So we've got the title, then we have the description, which is the verbiage. And I'll talk about each one of these. So we're going to have a little bit of descriptive, and it's usually about a couple hundred characters. You don't want to go too in-depth but you want the description to include the title. And then we have a URL down here. And this is like an HTTP. And so whatever that is, www.com. So you notice we don't have the keywords in there because the keywords are hidden. So let's talk about this title. The meta titles are the most important thing of any search engine or any SEO, what we would talk about. So optimizing a page, could be a page on your website, could be a blog post on your website. Blog posts are incredible. But meta titles, you want to make sure that that title is something that people are searching on the search engines. You don't want to say that it's the company name like ABC Plumbing Inc. because nobody is going to be searching ABC Plumbing Inc. They're going to be looking for plumbers in a particular city. So we might have a city name behind that. And now with the geolocation stuff, with geolocation, there's different things now that actually will pick this up in the search engines in your area. So I would be relevant about the keyword and the title. In the meta description, you also want to have this keyword or title, some part of that title that people are searching, because then that helps reinforce and helps give juice to that title, helps rank it higher. So you want to make sure the description is relevant, that Google looks at it and they say, oh, this is good content for our search engines, because Google is all about putting good content and fresh content onto your website. The last thing is a rich URL. So in the URL, and like I said, we'll go into this in the computer, I just want to give a general overview of what we're going to dive into. In the URL, it's going to be your company name or whatever your domain name is. A domain name is your .com name. And then it's going to be a / and we'll just use plumbers. And I might even put in a city name or something behind that. So I might put plumbers-Birmingham, plumbers-Nashville, plumbers-Atlanta, wherever you're looking for, because the Google search engines pick that up. A lot of people used to buy all these different key domain names with a particular keyword and then have 10 different websites thinking that they were going to rank well on the search engines. That never worked. But this does work. It doesn't matter what that domain name. It could be 1234.com / plumbers Atlanta, and it's going to rank really, really good as long as you have the meta title, the meta description, and those combined are going to work good and reinforce all that. So make sure that you have a strong title, a strong description. We're going to go into how to put these in, what plugins work the best on WordPress, and we're going to talk about WordPress because that's what we use. That's the strongest thing on the search engines. If you do not have a WordPress site, if you're using like Wix or different sites like that, you're not going to be as strong in the search engines as you would with the WordPress site, because they continually do updates on WordPress at least once a month. So just overview. We got meta titles, meta descriptions, keywords. Let's talk about keywords real quick. Keywords used to be real strong when it was HTML websites, which was just raw code that people used to build a website. Keywords do not work on anything really anymore. You could have one focus keyword that's a primary keyword that kind of matches the title and then part of that description. and you could put that keyword in. I don't say not to use keywords, but I won't use any more than 6 to 8 keywords. And when we talk about keywords, make sure that they're not just, I'm going to get rid of this, and make sure that they are keywords that people are going to search. If you just have a keyword plumber, that's going to be a competitive keyword because you're trying to compete nationally. If you have best plumbers, Nashville, now we're talking, because people are going to search that. They're going to search a plumber that's in their area. They're not going to search for a national plumber that is in somewhere else. But not only that, it reinforces that geolocation. So we call this basically just a short tail keyword. And then this is a long tail keyword. You want to use long tail keywords because that's what works on the search engines. That's what's competitive. And one thing that you need to use some type of keyword suggestion tool, and we're going to dive into that and show you how to find these keywords that are competitive. We're going to show you what plugins to use and what's the best of those plugins. So we're going to go into details of different things and jump onto the computer and really dive in and see how to use these. We're going to show you what we were talking about in the snippet, the Google snippet, which what I do is help it down here with the title, description, and URL. And so we're going to go into a few different things. And as I said, stay tuned to the end of the video because I'm going to dive into some stuff that is I don't share with everybody, and it's going to help you be more competitive on the search engines. What I do is help business owners. I help business owners across the country dominate the search engines. I've got a new tool coming out. It's a whole new program for business owners to bypass the marketing companies. And it's going to be everything that you can imagine. You give it to somebody, you pay them, you have an hourly employee. They train on that. They use that every single day. And then they can use that to optimize the business, get more authority, and it's going to take your business to the next level and 10x your sales. So let's dive into the computer, and we're going to get, okay, we're in Google now, and we're going to look at a few things here. This is basically a Google search engine here. Obviously, we've used it. We look at it every day. We use it. If some people know what the 411 is, when you used to pay a quarter, this is the new 411 for the technology that we have now. Just real to recap, this is my company here, Parr Media Group. Also, I've got a company under Jim Parr. That's my personal coaching program. So that's what we're looking at right now. But if we go in here and we're going to look for plumbers, we're just going to type in plumbers and see what comes up. Of course, we're going to get a few different things here. So we're going to break this down and look at everything that's on this page and what it means, what it does, and how it relates to what we're doing. So we just typed in plumbers. Right here, this is how many results we had by typing this in. And I'm just going to show you the difference if we just put in plumbers in Nashville, Tennessee. That's 5.6 million results. If we go back, this is 527 million results, which obviously you're going to have a better niche because this is pulling in some national companies. If we looked at the search engines, we're going to find some national companies in here. We're going to find a lot of Nashville stuff, but you're going to pull in everything across the country. If you put a city name in there, then you're going to have a little bit different search. So if we do best plumbers in Nashville, we'll do that and look at this. This is what we got here. So look at this number, because if you're doing any digital marketing, you want to look at this number. And if you PM me, I can tell you what this is over here and how these keywords are populated. Because we do a lot of keyword research, we do a lot of digital marketing. We want to find what's competitive, what's cost effective for clients. Some clients want to go after the big keywords that cost a lot of money. But so as we break this down, this is new up here. 30 plus plumbers serving Nashville. These are sponsored ads. If you highlight over this why these sponsored results, you can find out what and how you get your ad here. So this is reviews, and this is the new Google Local, Google Guaranteed. Google AdWords is not AdWords anymore. It's actually Google Ads. So if you hear something about a map pack, map packs are this in here. It doesn't cost any money to get there. It does cost money to get there, and it does cost money to get into Google Ads. So this is called the map pack. This is what you would do if you wanted to search or set up your Google listing. And if you do just Google listing, you can see right here, google.com/business. You can set up your Google listing. There's a lot of businesses out there that are not claimed. They have no, they never claimed their search here, and they're losing money there. And we can help with that. It's an inexpensive fee to help you get into this area. And a lot of people don't realize that you can actually optimize this area to pull yourself up. And we can help you with reviews and get you up to 87 reviews or 24 reviews, whatever you want. Because if we look into here and get more places, nobody's ever going to do that. They're not going to look into this area here and find more places. But this is what it looks like. And there's probably several companies in here that haven't claimed their quote-unquote Google business listing. And I can kind of show you what these look like. I'll just click on and try to find some that might be in here. Let's just look at this one here. That one has claimed, but what will happen, it'll say claim this business right here. And if they don't have a website, this will not show. And if they haven't set up their Google listing, that will not show either. And let's try one more and seeing if I can get, yeah, here it is. Own this business right here. So I could actually go in and claim this business if I wanted to. But they don't have a website. They do not have claim to this business. They have no business hours. They've got one review, but they're doing nothing with it. So they're losing a ton of money by doing that. So let's get back into the search fields there. That's your Google Map Packs. I'm not going to go into detail how to set this stuff up. You know, if you want to reach out to me, reach out to me. Now we're looking at Google Organic. This is the organic area. This, again, does not cost you anything to get there unless you hire an SEO company. But it's important. Obviously, Home Advisors is here. We can beat them out almost every time when we get a company that we're going to do search engine optimization for. We can beat them out almost every single time. We can beat out Yelp. We can beat out Home Advisor. So really, this keyword, best plumbers in Nashville, isn't as competitive as it seems to be, because I can guarantee you we could get somebody in the search engines in this first page. So these are organics. Let's look at these. Remember, we called this a Google snippet. I want to look at Morton Plumbing here. So Google snippets are, we have the meta title. These green checks here, you're not going to see those. That's just the software that I use to confirm that the website is safe to go into. But we've got, we have the URL, which is the rich URL. Now this is just directing to their homepage, so obviously they've got their homepage optimized with plumbers in Nashville, Tennessee. and here is the meta description. So if we looked at this in depth, let's go into this website and look at it. Because as I said, the keywords are not showing here. And there's a reason for that, because they do not show. Google recognizes the meta description mostly, the URL, and mostly the title. So let's click into here and go into Morton Plumbing. And we can see that they have best plumbers here. They have those keywords in their, actually in their website. And their title of their page is, for this page, is Plumbers in Nashville. How do I know that? Well, I can see it up in the tab, and I know you can't see that because of the size of the screen, but let's dive even further into this and look into this. So if I go into View Page Source, just right-click on somewhere on the page, and I'm going to highlight this, we can see the meta title, which is right here, Plumbers in Nashville, so this Morton Plumbing. So this is what's showing up in the top browser tab of the search engines on my computer. And of course we see the meta description. And what did I say? You want to include the keyword, which is our long tail keyword would be Plumbers in Nashville, into that description. So they have plumbing in Nashville, Tennessee, which is fine. It's close enough to meet those standards. But as you can see here, there's nothing about keywords, because keywords are really irrelevant, but these guys are showing up in the top page of Google because they have a strong meta title and they have a strong meta description. So that's looking in depth into their website. So you can actually look at the kind of the code that's going on in their website. Here's a URL, Best Plumbers Nashville. So they've got a strong URL there. And they have HVAC Repair Nashville, Tennessee. What they're doing is pretty good here. And I kind of like what I see. But they could rank a lot stronger if they had a lot more content and a lot more keywords. What do I mean by that? Well, let's look at this image over here. If we go right-click on this image and copy the image address, I'm going to open up a new window and paste that in, and we're going to look at that URL. Well, the title of this, if we look at this actual title here, we can see up here that it's called Van-37205. That is not going to do anything for their search engines. Not only that, there's no title to this image. As you can see here, it's completely blank right here where they have they could incorporate that. People always forget to use titles and optimize their images. They just drop all kinds of images into their website and forget to do that. And that's the strongest thing, because when you have the image with the strength of this, and then the other thing is they don't have a video in here. So if you had a video, an image, nobody's going to be able to beat them out. That's how strong they would be in there. So let's dive into a little bit about, let's go back into the search engines and just review what we talked about. So we have sponsored ads, which are new, brand new with Google in 2018. We have the ads. So this is Google AdWords here. This costs money per click. So cost per click, Plumbers in Nashville, Tennessee, would be $16 if you clicked on this. And that's a lot of money. So you don't want to go around being unethical and clicking on people and charging them money. I look at that as very unethical to do in a business. Just be competitive and don't be cutthroat. One thing I can say about these ads, I would have a phone number, a click to call, because most people are searching mobile and they want quick access. I don't agree with texting and driving, but people are doing that. So don't make somebody search for your phone number when you go to a Google AdWord. We do a lot of Google AdWords. Again, this is your map pack. You need to have this set up very strong. Mentioned this video and we'll do it for $500. We'll set it up for you and optimize it and everything. This is your Google Organic, so this is organic searches. Again, this does not cost you money if you know what you're doing. And then again, there's ads. And you're going to keep going page to page. Depending on what you pay per click, you'll either be on the first page, second page, third page. Some people are way back, but I would recommend that you're on the first page. So that is your Google. So if we go into the back end, I've just got a page here. We're going to talk about Yoast. What is Yoast? It's this plugin for WordPress. Remember, at the end of the video, we're going to talk about strengths and what you can do, and we're going to get into that right now. So we've got a plugin called Yoast. It's a free plugin, but it does have some premium versions on it. How do we install that in a WordPress site? We just go into plugins. This is the back end of a WordPress site. We click Add New, and we're just going to type in Yoast. So here's Yoast right here. You're going to come up with all different plugins, competitive plugins or whatever. We're just looking for this particular plugin. We already have it in here. If it wasn't in here, it'd say install now, and then it'd be activate. There's been over 1 million active installations, 21,000 reviews. And here's the important thing. It was last updated 2 days ago, and it's compatible with our newest version of WordPress. That is important. So if we go into a page, let's see if we have some generic pages here into the website. Let's go into posts because I know we've got some sample posts in here. So 8 Cathedral, let's see, let's find something. This one right here. So we're going to do an edit on this. And we're just going to look and see how to use this. I'm not going to go into great detail about it because we just don't have enough time. An SEO class takes time. So if we scroll down, this is what a WordPress post looks like, which would be like a blog post. And here's a snippet review. So this is what it looks like on Google right now. But we can edit that. So we could put in a keyword, news, earthquakes. I'm not about negative news. But anyways, and maybe we want to call it breaking news, so it ranks higher. So that would be a focus keyword, which isn't really our thing that we want to focus on right now. We want to focus on, and you can add keywords, but we want to edit the snippet. So we want to change the title, which here's the title right now. So we could actually take this out. And this is how it's looks right now, but we can actually type in our own title. Breaking news, earthquake just happened. So if somebody's typing in Google's earthquake just happened, breaking news, that's what's going to pop up. And then here's your meta description. So we would want to type in breaking news around the world. You want to make it sound good. Earthquake just happened. Click to see most recent updates. So as we type in here, these will eventually turn green. I can just type this, news, stories, see how it turned green because it means that it's good, that the length of it is good, and Google just recently allowed you to go longer lengths. And you can do the same with this. If we add some more content to this, it's going to eventually turn green. So news stories around the world. So this is what that snippet would look like. And we just simply go up here and hit update, which means save, and it'll save it to the search engines. And so that is Yoast. let's go into Uber Suggest and talk a little bit about how you find relevant keywords. I use something called Uber Suggest, like the Uber ride. There's a lot of different keyword tools out there, but this is Neil Patel's Uber Suggest. It works really good, so I highly recommend it. But simply just type in a keyword. Remember we were talking about plumbers? We could just type in plumbers and look this up, and it'll give us the most relevant keywords that are out there that we should be using on the search engines. So it takes a little bit to run through, but always select web and English if you're focusing on English. So as we scroll down here, we can see that it came up with 1,007 keywords, ideas for plumbers. Competition, click-through, can be up to $31 a click, even higher, and the volume. So this is what it is for plumbers. Just the word plumbers, it'd be $31 a click. The volume is 246,000. And the competition number, I wouldn't worry about that so much, is the cost per click and the search volume. We do different things. If a client has a small budget, we look for the least costly keywords and dominate those. If they have a strong budget, we go for the biggest, most popular volume. How do we do that? We just click on this little drop down and this arrow down, and it's going to give us the highest volumes first and what's best. So course plumbers near me. So as you can see here, it's going to give you suggestions of keywords. And you can imagine if you used plumbers near me and put the word Nashville and the company name behind it, that would be a strong long tail title, meta title. Remember we talked about meta titles. So if we wanted something like this, we would grab a good strong keyword, and let's just type in plumbers near me and see if somebody uses that in their title. Of course they do. 10 best plumbing near Nashville. And the number one guy, plumbers near me, home guide. So as we get back into this and look at Uber Suggest, we probably want to use that keyword, because if you could get it for free in the organic search engines, that would be the way to go. You can filter these out. So if you didn't want the word electric in here or something like that, you would just type that in and filter it out and just say go. So this would actually, it pulls in just keywords with electric. I take that back. The negative keywords would pull anything with electric in it and pull that out. So if we hit save, it just pulled anything referring to electric. So this is Uber Suggest. I'll leave a link in the description below. Remember to like and share this video if you care about a business. And also, remember that to use these tools, to use WordPress, to really dive into these things and look at what is the best, what you can use as we move forward. Again, I help businesses increase their revenue at least 10 times. I always say to a client is, if you work with me, I'll increase your sales 10 times when we're doing SEO. Remember, set up your Google business listing. If you haven't set it up, let me know and I can help you with that. Yoast, use Yoast as your plugin. There's another one called All-in-One SEO. But like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification, and I appreciate everybody watching. And look below in the description, because I've got a lot of tips, tools, and if you even want to start your own digital marketing business, I have an affordable program for that and would love to coach you through that. I've got, check out the other videos. I've got testimonials of guys making up to almost $5,000 in the first 30 days that they started this course. I've got guys that are making $12,000 and $15,000 a month. So if that's something that you want to do and have fun getting people ranked, helping businesses on the search engines and across the internet, click on the link below, schedule a free strategy call with me, and I'll tell you how it's done. Thanks for watching, and you all take care, and we'll see you on the next video.